I am now creating weekly exclusive content for Patreon, so if you are interested in that, go check out the link down below. And of course, if you want to avoid the random lottery of FIFA points, you want to go straight to the source, buy the players directly, use u7buy.com and use the code TVM at checkout. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to another player review. Mohamed Daramy, player moments card issued for not actually playing. I think he's the only player to ever been given a card, player moments at least, that was issued for not playing football, which kind of opens up the possibility for EA to do it in the future, but we know what will happen. We won't see anything like this again for another 5 years, and then they'll realise, oh, you know that thing we did 5 years ago? Yeah, maybe we should start doing that a little bit more often. You know, if people are in the media for whatever reason, they've given loads of money to charity, or they've done something significant outside of the world of football, maybe we should give them a card to celebrate that, you know? But hey, you know, FIFA 24 or 25 is not too far away. So 87 rated Daramy, I think he's the biggest or highest boosted card we've ever seen. I know that's been touted as the title for many people's videos, but Gagliardini back in FIFA 17 was one of the biggest I remember ever seeing. He went from a 61 rated bronze to a 75 rated ones to watch card. Incidentally, he didn't do anything from there on in. I did like that card. It was only a 75 rated card in, like, I think, January, February. It was issued on the 20th of January, something like that. So, yeah, I did enjoy playing with it, even though it was well behind the curve at that point. But he was boosted by 20s and 15s and 20s across the board. This card has been boosted by, like, 30s and upwards of 40 across the board, which is absolutely crazy when you look at it. Because, I mean, that is such a significant boost. It'll cost you between 30 and 35k. A lot of people said that they didn't like it. It was pointless. Chemistry is going to ruin this card and on all the rest of it. And if we just strip it down to the fact that it's an 87 rated card that we've been given for whatever reason, and let's just look at it from a pure performance standpoint, his stats scream quality. There are 2 or 3 here or there that just look terrible, and you can't get away from it. I'm going to give him the Deadeye boost, and we'll talk about his stats as if he has that Deadeye boost, right? So 93 acceleration, 90 sprint speed, 99 positioning, finishing, shot power, which is great across the board. You do get a +5 on long shots, but they're still only 75. 95 vision, 90 short passing. And that's the end of the boosts. So everything else is completely natural. 99 agility and balance, 96 dribbling, 86 ball control. And of course his physicals are off the chart good as well. 83 stamina is just about in the bracket of, I wouldn't say usable, but sort of with an air of enjoyment. You don't need to worry about taking him off. And then 99 jumping, 86 strength is very, very good as well. I did have him in this team for like a game, and then I realized, oh, I need to do my UCL objective for icon swaps. So what I did then was I took him off the bench, or brought him on off the bench, I should say, in this team, which is my UCL side. Now, that team is absolutely dreadful. Not a good team. Very, very cheap with regards to UCL prices. It would have been cheaper if I'd bought the gold version, but like I said, I needed to do icon swaps before Friday. So Daramy was coming off the bench and replacing Bashwai, who, by the way, is actually not a bad player. But, yeah, he was coming off the bench literally as soon as the ball went out of play, whether it be 5 minutes, 10 minutes. He was coming off the bench, and he was playing from there. So, quite an impressive performance for him, really, not in the first game. The first game was quite difficult to break my opponent down, and this is the first game off the bench. I'd had a game already with him in the first team that you saw, but in the second game, he came into his own, and I wanted to show you the first, some of the clips from the first game. He did actually score, to be fair to him, but then I wanted to go into the second game, and I will show you clips from the third game as well. But the second game, we came up against a bit of a monster. I keep calling it the second game. It's the second game where he came off the bench in the UCL team, so he doesn't have that team around him, but his performance in the first game was okay. Nothing crazy. He scored a goal, which was awesome, against a decent opponent. This guy, though, had a very good team. And for the first half, we didn't really do an awful lot of anything. And then the second half, I don't know what happened, but as soon as I gave him the ball, it clicked. He was brilliant. In this game in particular, Now, he missed a couple of efforts where I think really he should have been doing better. That was one of them. Yeah, it was on the volley or the half volley, but I still think he should have done better. This one is a very similar situation, I think. We flick the ball up here, come inside, and then outside again, gets in a good position, and... oh, he does score. Okay, well, there is another opportunity where he misses, but I do really like that goal. He goes on to score another 3 in this game, and bear in mind, it's taken to the 67th minute to score 1. We score another 4 in very quick succession. My opponent even scores as well, actually. But, yeah, we score 4 goals in like 10 minutes or something stupid. My opponent he doesn't give up. He just can't handle it. And all of a sudden, I've unlocked it. I know what I'm doing. I know how to break him down. I know what I needed to do. Using this left stick dribble, as I have done recently, is an absolute godsend because your opponents just don't know how to defend against it, especially when you've got someone like Daramy who has insanely good agility, very, very high dribbling, and relatively good ball control. The concerns, I'm sure, from many would be, does the reaction stat come into play? Does the composure stat come into play? Do you feel a difference? And kind of. But it's more down to a consistency thing, because this is the next game, the game after that, and he was dreadful in this game. Like, his dribbling was decent, he was dancing around people, and using the left stick dribble was nice, as you can see here. That's the reason I've put this clip in, because he dances around people, can't quite get his shot off quick enough, the goalkeeper closes the angle, but I don't think he scored in this game, and it was a tale of two halves. I could not seem to get a rhythm going. I couldn't get him on the ball enough. When I did get him on the ball, he didn't seem very good. His first touch was very heavy. He's just one of those cards that in one game can score you 4 goals, and then in another game, he's just, I don't know, Morten Gams Pedersen. You know, like, not that I'm disrespecting Morten Gams Pedersen, because he was a good player, but, you know, in the latter stages of his career on FIFA, you know, when he was a silver card, yeah, he's just not very good at times. I don't really know. It's difficult. Literally can't put my finger on what it is. Sometimes he's brilliant, and other times he just doesn't know what he's doing. And you can argue that maybe it's just me that doesn't know what he's doing, because obviously, at the end of the day, it's the person who controls him. But there's just an inconsistency there. Like, that should have gone in, but he's hit the post. And then in other times, he'll bury it. And then from kickoff, he'll nick the ball, run up the other end, and score straight away again. He's a very inconsistent hit or miss player. I did enjoy myself to a degree. I think that his pace is very, very good. His dribbling skills, very, very nice. Close ball control with the L1 or LB is very good as well. 4-star skills are very handy. He is an all-round very good player. However, the pitfalls are that the reactions are low and the composure's low. The reactions I didn't notice too much. Maybe they sort of play a part in the first touch, which I definitely found to be a problem. I'm not sure what stat needs to be improved for the first touch to be improved, but 86 ball control, you would assume, should be enough to have a decent first touch, but I just don't know what it was. It wasn't like when he touched the ball it just got away from him. He was just very slow to react to it, and it was a combination of the reaction stat, I think, and then whatever determines ball control, because he didn't react to it quick enough. It was a little bit heavy, and you had to try and recover. So what you had to do more often than not was take the first touch into space, rather than make sure you can, take the first touch, turn, and just face your opponent. You had to touch it into space, because you knew it wasn't going to be a very good touch. Not all the time, but most of the time, I'll say. The other negative to speak of course, is the long shots. They're not very good at all. You can hit the target, sure. Shot power is very good, but just not that great in terms of accuracy. And the links. The links are dreadful. Unless you've got a Winter Refresh Christian Eriksen or an Icon Laudrup, you are going to find it extremely difficult to fit him into a good team. Of course, any Icon's going to give you links, but apart from that, you are going to struggle. I had to box him in with Icons, and I had to use an icon in Guardiola that I'm not a fan of at all and never have been. But, bringing him off the bench is what I started doing. And then it's not a big problem, And if you have any reservations at all with the stamina, you can overlook that when you bring him off the bench, because he's going to miss sort of 10, 20 minutes of the game anyway, right? Very good agility, very good ball control, exceptional positioning, very, very quick and strong, but extremely inconsistent for me. I do want to like the card. I don't know, I have to remain a little bit on the fence, because sometimes I do enjoy it and other times it's very frustrating. Definitely worth a punt, in my opinion, for 30,000 coins if you're willing to part with that money and you want to have a bit of fun, and you sort of want someone off the bench who can cause a bit of damage, and you just like experimenting with different cards. But if you're holding back and you don't have that many coins, then yeah, probably stay away from this one and wait for something a little bit better to come along, which I'm sure will happen through Team of the Season. Let me know what you think of this player in the comments. Did you complete it? Did you not? If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.